Hey guys, so I felt like the Lord wanted me to do this video and share it with you guys. So, I'm going to try to keep this story short and sweet and to the point. So, when I was in school, I was teased about my weight and just all kinds of different things, and it started messing with me and made me feel insecure about my looks and just insecure about a lot of things. And I wasn't just insecure about my looks, but over the years, I just developed really bad insecurities. I just, I felt like nothing I did was ever good enough. Like I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't this enough. It's like, we all know what it's like to be in situations like that where you just feel like you're not good enough. Like nothing you do is ever good enough, no matter how hard you work, no matter how nice you are, no matter how polite you are, no matter how confident you act. It's like nothing you do is ever good enough. It's like everybody just always wants to judge every little thing that you do. And the thing is that we're all judgmental from time to time. I mean, anybody who says that they are not judgmental, they're probably lying to you, because every one of us has had something mouthy or briggity to say about other people, whether we want to admit it or not. Bottom line is, I felt insecure about myself for a long time, and that was what made me want to get a relationship with the Lord. Because I just finally got to that point where I'm like, I don't know how to make myself happy. I don't know how to feel comfortable in my own skin. It's like, like I said, I was insecure about my body and my weight. It's like I couldn't even feel comfortable in my own skin because my skin was too loose and saggy to even feel comfortable in. And I was like, yeah, how could anybody feel comfortable in this body when all it does is sag every time you try to do something? So yeah, so that was what drew me to be a Christian, and at that time, Joyce Meyer was the only person I knew who knew anything about the Bible, and she was the only one I trusted at the time. So I decided to watch her show and start studying the Bible and learn from her until the Lord told me to quit watching her. But the bottom line is that's where I got started, and that was what started me being a Christian, and that's what made me want to be a Christian. And so as I started this journey with the Lord, I started asking myself, what does it really mean to be confident and comfortable in your own skin? I mean, what does it really mean? Because the thing is that I know that sounds a little cliche, but every one of us knows what it's like to not feel comfortable in your own skin and to always feel like you're not good enough. So over time, the Lord started teaching me different things about confidence, and I started looking up what confidence was. And I can tell you honestly that real confidence is not what you see on television or talk shows where you see these celebrities who act really full of themselves and just act like they're better than you and act like they're smarter than you, and they just brag about themselves all the time. That's actually not what confidence is. That's actually arrogance. So, confidence and arrogance are two different things. So, real confidence is not about you acting like you're better than anybody. Confidence is really just about you being comfortable with who you are. And a confident person is not somebody who goes around acting like they're perfect, because in all honesty, it's the opposite. A confident person admits that they're not perfect, and they're not afraid to be honest with the fact that they're not perfect and that they need Jesus and that they might need help with certain things. And see, that's, you know, So yeah, like you have some people who just sit around and criticize and judge others and say, "Oh, they're not like me. They can't do nothing right." It's like, well, you don't always do everything right either. And a confident person is able to see that. They're like, "You know what? I don't always do things right either, but I just have to be honest with myself and show the same grace and mercy that I expect other people to show me when I mess up." Not something that's easy for me because I've always been the kind of person that when somebody does something that breaks my trust or I just don't like them or whatever, I have a hard time forgiving them. I'm sure there's people that feel that same way about me, you know. They probably don't like the fact that I have an attitude sometimes and that I'm not afraid to stand up for how I feel about things. You know, and sometimes my attitude is not really me just having an attitude for no reason. Sometimes my attitude just comes from me not being afraid to express how I feel about things. And sometimes people might take it as an attitude because maybe they're overly sensitive or maybe they just took my words the wrong way. But regardless, the Lord knows my heart and He knows that I'm not perfect and He knows I make mistakes like everybody else. And so yeah, that's the story of how I became a Christian and what made me want to be a Christian, what made me want to give my heart to the Lord. So if you're the kind of person who thinks, well, I can't give my heart to the Lord because I'm just too bad, it's like, no, it's not too late for you. Trust me. No matter how insecure you are, no matter how mean you think you are, it is not too late for you because the Lord can change anybody, but you have to let Him change you. So, thanks to the Lord, I've learned to be a more confident person. Doesn't mean I'm perfect, doesn't mean I always do everything right, but a confident person doesn't hide their flaws and doesn't pretend to be perfect. So that's the difference between a confident person and an insecure person. An insecure person pretends like they are confident and they will never admit that they are wrong, but a confident person will admit when they're wrong and that they've made mistakes, but an insecure person tries to hide it because of their pride. So yeah, I just felt like the Lord wanted me to share that with you guys, and hopefully it'll humble you if you're full of pride, or maybe you just needed a reminder of encouragement today or whatever it was you needed. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.